Yeehaw! Gesture's dead. See that right there? That's what makes this car a fun car to drive. Yeehaw! Welcome to my family review, which I will explain, of the 2020 Honda Civic Si two-door with 18-inch alloy wheels with high-performance tires. This vehicle has a price point of just over 25 grand. Ours right here with the total delivery and so on, just over $26,000 today. I'm going to talk about how each of my family members were in this car and experienced it, their thoughts about it, my thoughts about it, an overall walk around inside and outside, plus some driving. So it's going to be a full circle experience today with this vehicle. Let's get started. First, today's show is brought to you by mycarmatch.com. It's my go-to website for the best new and used car deals broken down by zip code. You can find a link in the description below for a free quote today. All right, let's talk about and walk around and look at the exterior styling of this SI. Nice little front hood there. Actually kind of tiny. Last week I had the 2020 Toyota GR Supra, and that hood was quite large. Both were coupes. This one happens to be a 4-seater. The last one was a 2-seater. Other one's actually more like a BMW Z4. This is definitely Honda all the time. And great styling here in the front. SI badging, got the LEDs up front, nice low profile here. It scoots around pretty well, but yeah, that hood, actually kind of short, isn't it? Got that exhaust right there, big, fat, wide exhaust. Booyah. Here's what I want to say about the trunk. I was talking to my 7- and 9-year-old nephews, and I was trying to explain to them safety features in the trunk. And if you didn't know this, well, I don't know why you would, but maybe you do. They have a safety latch right here. So if someone were ever to get stuck inside and it closed it, they can press this and they can release the trunk themselves. So I was explaining to them, which was a lot of fun, of which cars have this, why don't SUVs have it, and I was trying to explain the difference between a trunk being enclosed versus a liftgate. It's kind of fun talking to 7- and 9-year-olds about that safety feature, and they said, do all cars have that? I said, no, well, mostly the new ones do, but not all of them. So if you do get back there, and I actually had the 7-year-old get back inside this one and test it out for his brother, just to show him how safe it was if he were to get stuck back there. Pull tabs here to fold down the back seat, which is a 60-40 split to create more room for longer items. There's the other one right there. How about a grocery example? Just got back from Fred Meyer. 6 to 8 bags of groceries for the next 4 or 5 days for a family of 4. Civic is doing its diligence by being a good companion in the cargo area. And just below here, they've got like a power pump kit there. And yeah, that's about it. Okay. Anyways, close that bad boy up. And the button to do this, you can do it right here. There's also a key fob, and there's your backup camera for this. Okay, that's my story about the trunk and my nephews. I know it's a little dirty, but car washes are closed right now, but check out how the tail lights wrap all the way around. Kind of a boomerang in a way, or a skinny C. I like the way it looks. Makes it look a little ominous. Sporty, obviously. There's those 18-inch alloy wheels. HPT, high performance summer tires. Not quite to summer, but they're doing the job for what I'm expecting to do. And you got the chrome sills there around the windows. Locking it up, it is locked. Now I'll put the key in my pocket to open it up. Put your hand there in the handle, kind of jumped ahead of us, didn't it? And that's how you open it up. All right, let's go ahead and check out under the hood and see what powers our little machine here. Honda's exclusive Earth Dreams technology turbo here. This is a 205 horsepower, 1.5 liter direct injection turbocharged 4-cylinder. And it's made to a 6-speed manual transmission. So Honda doing it right, doing it tight, using the manual versus the automatic. And I'll show you some of that driving experience here as well, coming up soon. As a father of 2, 8 months old and 2 years old, I was able to use the back seat for 2 car seats. Luckily our boy is front facing now, so I put him there and put the little girl right here. And I didn't need to use the latches, but as you can see those little tabs there, that lets you know you have the child latch system. So if you want to hook in there with the anchors, you can do that. Otherwise, I just use the seat belts and had them safely back there. Tight squeeze, and yeah, it's going to be a tight one for adults as well. But I also included my 7- and 9-year-old nephews back here. One used a booster seat, the other one was just in a seat belt, and they were plenty comfortable. But again, they're 7 and 9. One thing that's kind of a bummer is these seats are manually. There's no electronic adjustments. It's all, you know, pump up here. Like, remember the Reebok pumps? Anybody back in the day, the Reebok pumps? And then this obviously slides back, and then underneath here, that's gotta do that versus having push buttons. Maybe that's just to keep the price point down. Maybe because it's just a 2-door sporty coupe. I don't know, but just so you're aware, you're gonna have to adjust those manually. But look at those seats. Aren't those sharp? I love how solid and firm those feel when you're sitting in them. It's a nice little driver's car, that's for sure. You'll find your trunk release, by the way, here in the door panel. Let's go start it up. Got the manual. Oh, I love this right here. All the dots coming up. I'm gonna demonstrate here pretty soon that when you are revving, once you get up to 6,500 RPM, red light goes across the entire top of the instrument cluster, says you better shift now, which I did, and I was up there doing that a couple of times to test it. It was a lot of fun. All right, usual suspects on your steering wheel for the mounted controls, Bluetooth technology here on the left-hand side, so hook your phone up, you can answer your phone without taking your hands basically off the wheel by using your thumbs there. They got lane keeping assist aid over here, radar cruise control there, real basic stuff, lane departure warning here. Real straightforward flat screen for infotainment, home button. I mean, you've seen all this stuff here before. Slide left and right, make adjustments if you want to. Honda Link, smartphone connections. I don't have the phone connected right now, but that's what that looks like. Heated seats, front, passenger and driver. Otherwise, real straightforward. Yeah, no surprises. Great little bolstering with the seats for both the driver and passenger. Keeps you in place when you're ripping up the curves. Door panel has extra storage right there as well. And a nice little deep compartment here. And this bad boy slides a little bit back and forth. And cup holders, got some stuff in there, but that's what that looks like. All right, let's have a little bit of fun here with the 6-speed manual. This is the spot where I usually like to tear it up. Now, here we go. One thing that bugs me compared to my last car that I had, which was the Toyota GR Supra, is this is front wheel drive. And there is a difference, in my opinion, in my experience, of being pulled versus having the wheels behind you propel you, if you know what I mean. So right here, I'm having the front wheels pull me, and I can feel those wheels gripping the pavement. But when I have the rear wheel drive, it feels a lot more fun. I don't know. Maybe there's a danger element to it because I can fishtail and there's so much power behind that one. This one's got just 205 horsepower, but it handles pretty well. I mean, for being front wheel drive, yeehaw, gesture's dead. Get going. Yeah. See that right there? That's what makes this car a fun car to drive. Yeehaw! I got the perfect roads to drive too to experiment with this. Yes, sir. You know, when you have the 6-speed manual, I hardly get past fourth gear when I'm driving here through the country roads because it gets up to about 50, 60. I'm sitting at fourth gear. All right, I'm gonna enter the highway here, and the car is gonna let me know when to shift when I hit around 6,500 RPM. You'll hear a beep, hopefully, and then I'll shift to the next gear. So I'm gonna go until it tells me. Hear that? So just after 6,000 RPM, there you go. That was third gear. I got up to 78 miles per hour entering the highway. That was in third gear, but it's nice. There's a little bit of a soft spot where the car won't go any further once you've hit those 65, almost 6,500 RPM. The car says, that's it, you better shift, big dog. And that's when I shifted. So it's kind of fun to do that, and when you really push it to the limit. Now, I talked about doing a family review. Some of that has to do with my nephews in the car, having my 2 kids in the car, so that's 4 people. The 5th person is the Everyman driver, the missus. Now, I had her drive the car to work a couple of days, and I wanted to get her impressions of what this little 2-door, 4-seater coupe is all about. And 2 things stood out to her. 1, road noise, which I completely agree with. And 2, having to drop down and get in the car a little bit low for the entry point. Other than that, her positives were, it's so sporty. She likes the manual transmission, as do I. I'm still in 5th gear. Oh, actually, that was in 5th gear. Now I'll go to 6. So we both like the manual transmission, which is harder and harder to find these days. And she didn't make anything mention about the front-wheel drive as I do, but I'm more familiar with the last car I drove, so comparing those 2 cars back to back is a big difference. In fact, let's listen to the exhaust note between this Honda Civic Si and the Toyota GR Supra. Here we go. Back inside the Honda Civic Si. So one thing I haven't mentioned is fuel economy. 26 city, 36 highway for a mixed driving number of 30. Not too bad for the sporty little guy that it is. A little over 200 horsepower. Not a lot of no reason to bring a lot of passengers, so you're not worrying about weight there. And yeah, and I'm averaging, where am I at? Oh my God! Right there at 30. I haven't looked at it for a while. I am right exactly at 30.0 miles per gallon on average fuel for my A drive, which is the only category I've been in throughout the whole week. You can go between A and B. Anyways, there you go. Cool. So again, the MSRP on this 2020 Honda Civic Si 2-door is just over 25 grand. If you are in the market for and looking for some good deals based on your zip code, check out my special link below this video and even schedule a test drive here in the near future, because this one is definitely worth a look and absolutely a test drive for yourself. Until next time, I'm Dave Erickson. Thanks for watching. More Honda reviews and videos also in the link below. Adios.